people woke up, they could recognize the sound patterns. Now, it was during REM sleep. It didn't work when you were in deep, deep non-REM sleep. So it's that kind of early sleep stage. But truthfully, you're not going to be able to turn on Rosetta Stone and wake up speaking Portuguese.
So say by osmosis, just put it on your head and then wake up.
It's just more general things, not complex. So yeah, December probably is the worst time, because if you're going in for your wellness visit, you might come out sick. So that's when
so many people are sick. You get all the germs that are around.
Right. There's a lot of sick visits in December. It's also very crowded because it's the end of the year. People have already paid all their deductible. They're coming in for everything. So those are usually the worst time. Midsummer's a good time if you can pick it then.
I don't know. I find it a little disconcerting. There's only supposed to be 2 places in the world that have it, in Russia in a lab and the CDC. And
what does it mean, though, if you sweat all over your body?
Well, it's a sympathetic response, fight or flight. So your body's telling you something's going on. If you're of that age that's menopausal, you don't have associated symptoms. But if you are nauseous when you're sweating, if you notice that your heart is beating very fast.
Apparently there's a relationship. Where do you want that bedroom thermometer at night?
I keep my bedroom 67, 68. It's great, makes you feel a little more frisky under the cold sheets.
I like that.
Yeah, it's about time. So all the state medical boards are starting to warn doctors that they will sanction them, take away their licenses if they're knowingly spreading misinformation or lies about the COVID, the disease, the vaccine, and all those things. And some specialty boards like the American Board of Emergency Physicians is threatening to take away board certification. Actually, Elizabeth, a very controversial study that I believe was out of Germany said that masks may harm children because they're breathing in carbon dioxide. But that study was just questioned and a retraction was printed in JAMA Pediatrics. Well, the truth is, Robin, that viruses mutate all the time, and they can only do it when they're in a host. Obviously, the mutations that are advantageous to the virus, making it spread easier or whatever, are the ones that continue to propagate. And truthfully, Robin, safety is more critical because unlike medications, we're giving vaccines to healthy people. So it's tantamount that we know the vaccine is safe.
With emergency room physician Leigh Vinocur, who joins us all the time on the show. So Leigh, talk about the summer and how it compares to other seasons in terms of food poisoning.
Well, there definitely is a spike in the summer.
Here's the question. How do you know if you have the original cold or if there's some super infection that's now joined on top of it?
Well, usually people, when they have a cold or flu, they'll go through their symptoms and have emergency contacts for people that are out of state, too, if you're having a state crisis. There must have been a breakdown in the system, but I'll tell you, the system is being held together by Band-Aids, by the ER doctors and ER nurses, and it needs major surgery. First of all, it's worrisome. This is something that emergency physicians have been warning about for years. I mean, a decade ago when we had H1N1, we were really afraid that a pandemic like this, easily spread, airborne, we weren't going to be able to handle it. That the general public, if you want to do something, this isn't a joke. Listen to your state and local governments. You need to distance yourself. You need to stay at home. If you're sick at home, you need to talk to a doctor, and then you can make that decision to, be at home if you're mildly ill with fluids and acetaminophen versus if you're very sick where you have trouble breathing, you can't catch your breath, people notice you're confused, hard to wake up. Those are signs to go to the ER.
How do you eliminate them from your life?
Right.
Or should
you? The thing is, it wasn't, Martha, it was not a causal study. You need low-fat, low-calorie diet, and you need to exercise.
What should people know before they actually start heading out to the beach or doing any kind of summer activity?
You really have to watch your kids. I mean, toddlers, you can't turn away for just a second.
Leigh, welcome back to the show. Always great to have you.
Good to be back.
Less severe and some might argue is not even a problem at all, sexomnia. As I talk to
I thought they called that marriage, but...
Yeah,
Time to worry about something a tad more important? A top doc here to say yes. the younger people that are hospitalized in this country. So we still have more research to do. It's not quite as bad as, say, in a contained area. 3 days later, unless he had been drinking while he was on the run.
Dr. Vinocur, you had something you wanted to add here?
No, well, obviously, the fact that you give a person a strong anesthetic agent and you leave. But I also think it's the time frame. And when you have someone on life support in a hospital, all emergency room physicians take those allegations very seriously.